Up next, we have Dr. Helen White, Subject Group Head for the Health, Nutrition, and Environment Group in the School of Health at Leeds Beckett University. We'll be doing an introduction to their university and one of their programs, MSc Health for Health and Safety.
We've enjoyed a long and very successful partnership with our colleagues based at MDIS in Singapore, and that's meant that we've shared a variety of undergraduate and recently postgraduate degree programs, and the MSc Health and Safety, of course, is just one of those. Here you'll see Leeds Beckett University, and I thought it was helpful perhaps to show you the buildings themselves. And that's because the MSc Health and Safety Award is conferred by Leeds Beckett, and therefore you receive the same module delivery and the same teaching materials and lecture delivery as our students would based here in Leeds. Leeds itself, well, it's a very large student city, and of course the buildings themselves that you'll see here in front of you are based in the city centre within Leeds. The MSc Health and Safety is housed within the School of Health and within the Health, Nutrition and Environment Group. The School of Health is the largest school within the university. You can see here that it has 7 groups within it. And that's a huge benefit to us because that means that we can share our expertise with colleagues, they can share their expertise with ourselves. And it gives us a very flexible way of working across our school and benefits all of our undergraduate and master's degree programmes. Why study the MSc Health and Safety? Well, certainly I think one of the huge pluses for the partnership between ourselves and MDIS is that we're able to benefit from state-of-the-art facilities, laboratories, clinical teaching suites, teaching spaces, and a superb library resource which provides such a lot of online material for you to access. And because of that, we attract very experienced staff who have excellent links at national and global level to the health and safety sector. It means that you're being taught by those who are contemporary, who have links to working practice, and who know the latest developments within the subject of health and safety itself. That means that within MDIS and within Leeds Beckett University, we have a number of staff with expertise across a number of key areas. That includes crisis and emergency management, food safety, construction safety, offshore safety, ergonomics, health and patient safety, toxicology, occupational safety. And so as you can see, we have a significant amount of expertise that is shared. Of significant benefit too is the fact that the MSc Health and Safety Award is accredited both with the Ministry of Manpower based in Singapore and is also accredited by the Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, namely IOSH, which is the world's leading professional body for health and safety practitioners. And that's particularly important in terms of employability once you've completed the MSc Health and Safety Award. And of course, together with that, which I've already mentioned, the course provides the opportunity to learn directly from prominent health and safety experts, keeping you up to date with the latest health and safety issues, risks, and also practices. However, most importantly, we know that the MSc Health and Safety equips you to work in the workplace afterwards, in those roles where we know that you play significant and very strategic roles. And that's because health and safety practitioners need to have strong interpersonal skills for negotiating changes in the workplace and also influencing others to adopt them. Secondly, they need to have an understanding of health and safety laws and how to interpret them. They need a sound knowledge of technical and operational processes, the ability to think ahead and anticipate potential problems, And also importantly, presentation skills to lead training sessions and impart that knowledge that's required in the workplace. And so the MSc Health and Safety Award is a very applied award, aiming to equip you with all of those skills that are needed for the future. That understanding of what's required for the future workforce and workplace means that the modules that you will undertake are particularly applied. They include 8 modules all in all. That includes health and safety practice, quantitative risk analysis, occupational health and well-being, sensible risk management, ergonomics, professional practice and development, and also the research modules that are such an integral part of your MSc award. And that includes applied research methods and also your dissertation module, which is research and practice development. The following slides then just provide some further insight into what each module entails. And I've started here with ergonomics and health and safety practice. And as you can see on the left, ergonomics module explores the design of workplaces and common working tools, and that includes the design of working time and also shift patterns, which is such a part of our modern world. The role of ergonomics and how the ergonomic considerations or lack of them may have contributed to major disasters is also part of this module, as is the good design of the working environment. And we know how crucial it is nowadays in helping to reduce environmental stresses for those who are working. And it also includes the sessions which examine the detrimental effects of environmental stresses as well. Alternatively, the health and safety practice module examines managing health and safety at work. It includes the role of the local regulatory authority and their enforcement role, the relationship of decided civil and criminal cases to health and safety management, so that background regarding the law. It looks at developing safety culture and safety policies and risk assessments and risk management and all of those things that you'll need to do practically in the workplace afterwards. Health and safety practice also includes accident prevention and developing a best practice approach to managing duty holders' health and safety obligation. And it looks at the importance of international influences on health and safety management and the role of the World Health Organization and international organizations too. On the other hand, quantitative risk analysis is a more technical module within the suite of modules for the health and safety program. It examines the concept of risk as the product of probability and consequences, and because of that, students will be able to identify the strengths and the weaknesses of the different analytical techniques used, and also the data requirements for quantification. And so QRA, as we call it, looks at the planning and implementing tasks at a professional or equivalent level, whilst making decisions in quite complex and unpredictable situations too. That's complemented by occupational health and well-being, which examines the health aspects that may occur if good workplaces and practices aren't developed. And this module concentrates on health at work, and the module covers physical and mental health and explores the concept of well-being. And this includes exposure to chemicals and physical agents and hazards too. The occupational health and well-being module also looks at the skills required to make a rational appraisal of well-being and good work health, and focuses on the potential effects of workplace exposures on the health of the individual and the strategies adopted for health surveillance in the workplace. And so you'll see that these two modules are quite different and give very different aspects to health and safety practice. To complement the previous 4 modules, then we have sensible risk management and professional practice. Certainly, if you look on the left-hand side of the screen here, sensible risk management looks to develop an understanding and knowledge of the common types of hazards, and the risk assessment process itself, and also looks at the skills required for the completion of different types of risk assessment to identify those hazards. On the other hand, professional practice examines the professional requirements for continued professional development, which is an ongoing process for all of you once you've completed the MSc Health and Safety Award. And it gives you the ability to critically analyse your professional practice experience, applying theory to underpin the analysis wherever appropriate. And certainly a big part of this module is its self-reflective and evaluative approach to improving your knowledge and skills and understanding where the gaps are, where you need to develop in the future. And of course that takes you through your career forevermore. And finally, as part of the MSc award, you complete the award by undertaking applied research methods and also research and practice development. And the last module mentioned there is actually your dissertation module. It means that you're looking at the theoretical foundation and the practical skills that are required to complete small-scale research or practice development projects. And that involves writing a research or project proposal and how to conduct research, and teaches you how to analyse data. Certainly in the last few years, we've had a variety of projects from our student body. They've focused on health and safety in the construction industry, health and well-being in the workplace. Some students have looked at safety cultures within organisations, and they've also examined knowledge of health and safety in sectors such as the oil industry, and have actually examined data to do with road accident causes and rates. And you'll see that obviously a huge variety of research projects have been chosen. And in many cases, they've involved going back into the workplace where those students are already based as well. I very firmly believe, and I've seen it over the last few years, that health and safety practitioners, and especially those of you who gain an MSc Health and Safety Award, are very sought after within the workplace. In fact, you're very integral to the success of any organisation, whether you work as an operations manager or an office manager, engineer or technician. You will be involved in establishing and maintaining a safe working environment. And many of our students who come through to us are working at particularly high levels within organisations, but then want to add on the MSc Health and Safety Award too. And so you'll develop your knowledge of how different organisations use varying levels of safety procedures and assess their impact on the company as a whole. It means that you will also enhance your understanding of the technical and human aspects of health and safety, learning to identify whether problems were caused by, say, machine malfunctions or perhaps by human misjudgment. Here to finish then are just some of the industries that our students have moved forward into. And with the MSc Health and Safety, they've often moved into quite strategic roles within companies. That's included rail networks, it's included sectors such as the police or the fire service. Certainly some of our students have moved into the health service and care sector. They've moved into the construction and the oil industry. And the last picture on the right is health and safety consultancy itself. You can see then that you have an immense number. This is just to say a few of the opportunities that you have for the future. And qualified health and safety practitioners, particularly those with an MSc, are very sought after at present in fulfilling very strategic roles within companies and within sectors on the whole. And finally, I hope this presentation today has provided you with the information that you need for the Health and Safety Award. Certainly the MSc Health and Safety, I think, provides you with three very important things. The first is an applied master's degree, which is very focused on workplace scenarios. The second is an accredited degree, which serves a purpose hugely within the workplace and your future career as you move forward. And lastly, it's a fast track opportunity to use some of the experience and the undergraduate degree that you currently have, or the workplace opportunities that you've experienced, to move quickly into the workplace afterwards in the field of health and safety. And so I hope this has given you some insight today, and thank you all for listening.